Ireland, a land of myths, magic, and shamrocks. But today, we're not talking about leprechauns or pots of gold. Nope, we're here to tell the true story of a man whose name became legend, St. Patrick. But here's a plot twist. He wasn't actually Irish. That's right. St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, wasn't even born there. And his life? Well, let's just say it had more twists and turns than a winding Irish country road. Our story begins in Roman Britain, sometime in the late 4th century. The Roman Empire still ruled over Britain, though things were starting to fall apart. And in a small town, possibly in modern-day England, Scotland, or Wales, a boy named Patricius was born. Patricius, who we know today as Patrick, was born into a wealthy family. His father was a deacon, and his grandfather was a priest. But was young Patrick super religious? Nope. By his own admission, he didn't take faith very seriously as a kid. But then his life took a terrifying turn. One day, while Patrick was near the sea, disaster struck. Irish pirates raided his village, and before he could even process what was happening, he was captured, thrown onto a ship, and taken across the sea to Ireland. Imagine being just 16 years old and ripped away from everything you knew. Patrick was taken across the stormy sea to Ireland, a land that to him must have felt completely alien. For the next 6 years, Patrick lived as a slave. His captors put him to work as a shepherd, tending sheep in the harsh Irish wilderness. Cold, hungry, alone, Patrick had no one to turn to, except for something he had barely paid attention to before. Patrick later wrote that during his captivity, he found faith. He prayed constantly, morning, noon, and night. He said that even in the snow, rain, and loneliness, his faith kept him going. And then, one night, something extraordinary happened. Patrick had a dream, a vision. A voice told him that his ship was ready and it was time to escape. And Patrick, he listened. Patrick made a daring escape. He traveled miles and miles, crossing rivers, forests, and hills, until, finally, he reached the coast. And there it was, a ship. But hold on, the captain wasn't too keen on taking a runaway slave on board. So Patrick did the only thing he could. He prayed, and just as he was about to give up, the crew changed their minds. Patrick climbed aboard and off they sailed, heading back toward Britain. But Patrick's journey wasn't over yet. After landing, he and the crew wandered for weeks, lost and starving. The men mocked Patrick's faith, but then something strange happened. Right after Patrick prayed for help, a herd of wild boars appeared, saving them from starvation. Even the sailors had to admit, that was pretty miraculous. After years of slavery and hardship, Patrick was finally home. But something inside him had changed. One night, he had another dream. This time, he saw the people of Ireland calling him back, saying, "We need you." Patrick knew what he had to do. He trained as a priest, became a bishop, and set out on a mission to return to Ireland, not as a slave, but as a teacher. Patrick's mission was not easy. Many people in Ireland followed their own ancient traditions, and some chieftains weren't too happy with this foreign preacher. But Patrick was clever. He found ways to explain Christian beliefs using Irish symbols. One of his most famous tricks? The shamrock. He used its 3 leaves to explain the concept of the Holy Trinity: Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. 3 parts, 1 whole. Genius. And then there's the legendary tale of Patrick driving all the snakes out of Ireland. Did it really happen? Well, Ireland doesn't have snakes today. Coincidence? Maybe, but the story stuck. Patrick spent the rest of his life traveling across Ireland, teaching, baptizing, and building churches. He never gave up, even when he was arrested multiple times. But through it all, his mission never wavered. On March 17th, sometime in the late 5th century, Patrick passed away. But his story didn't end there. Today, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated across the world. But beyond the green hats and river dyeing, Patrick's story is one of courage, faith, and never giving up. even in the face of impossible odds. And that, my friends, is the incredible story of St. Patrick. If you enjoyed this animated adventure, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Wrath of History for more legendary tales from the past. And happy St. Patrick's Day!